do I know I'm ready to be married? How do you know if you're ready to be married? See, that's one of the questions that we torture ourselves about, and it's unnecessary. How do you know you're ready to be married? You're never ready. If you think you're ready, you're not ready. You're thinking of playing house. Marriage, you're never ready to be married. Because if you know what marriage is, you know that it takes too much. It's an impossible task. It's an endless, infinite thing. Somebody came to a Chassidish chassan and saw the chassan going to the chuppah. He said, "What is he so serious about?" I said, "He's getting married." He shouldn't be serious? If you're not serious when you walk to the chuppah, maybe you don't know where you're going. It's an awesome thing. Any person who thinks he's ready to get married is immature, is reckless, is irresponsible. You're not ready to get married. It's time to get married. And when it's time, you get married. Are you ready? You will never be ready, even when you think you are. There are some good signs, by the way. There's a good sign that you're ready to be married. If you find that talking about yourself has become boring, it's time to get married. If talking about yourself is still very exciting, don't do this to somebody else. You get married when you're ready to have another person in your life. When are you not ready to have another person in your life? When you're 9? Are you capable of having another person? You'll never be capable, or never be capable enough. How kind, how generous, how tolerant, how wise do you have to be to let another person into your life? It's an impossible thing. We do it because if you're supposed to do it, you do it. It's the same as with everything in Yiddishkeit. You are going to serve Hashem. You're going to serve the Eibishter. You're going to daven to the Eibishter. Do you know what you're doing? You know, in the shuls where it says, Dalef Neimi Ata Emed. You should never write that on the Aron Kodesh. Because anybody who reads that and thinks about it will not be able to daven. Dalef Neimi Ata Emed, then I can't daven. It's a good thing that I don't know. Otherwise it would be way too intimidating. How could you think that you're going to stand there and speak to the Eibishter? But he tells you to do it, so you do it. Are you good at it? Who thinks like that? There was a Muslim house painter years ago, before the whole ugliness. He was painting a house in Williamsburg, and he got into a conversation with the owner of the house. He says, we're both religious. We're both very orthodox. I know why I'm doing it. I know what I'm going to get when I come to heaven. I don't understand why you do it. I've asked religious Jews why they do it. And they say because when they die, they'll sit next to God. What kind of fun is that? Sitting next to God? That's horrible. You got to be on your best behavior all the time. What kind of reward is that? So you're going to stand and talk to the Eibishter, you're going to serve the Eibishter, you're going to do his mitzvahs, you're going to learn his Torah. Are you ready? Are you capable? Are you worthy? Are you smart enough? Are you good enough? If you start thinking that, you're going to be very intimidated. So we don't think it. The Eibishter says, do my mitzvahs, we do it. If we ever start to think that we're capable and deserving and worthy, then we got to start all over again. Something's not right. And the same is true with marriage. Marriage is not something you can be good at. Marriage is not something that is doable. It's a mitzvah. It's holiness. It's kedusha. It's getlichkeit. It's a neshama affair. Do we know what we're doing? We don't know. But when we're told, we do it. And then, of course, you try your best. So who is kind enough? Who is generous enough? Who is holy enough? Who is smart enough to be a wife or to be a husband? So because we don't think about these things and because we're not focused on it, where does our mind go? Our mind goes to, who do I enjoy the most? Who do I have the most fun with? Who do I have the most in common with? What things will we do together after we're married? I'm not sure that that's really thinking marriage.